your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever the hell you do, instead of being on there Friday night till 10 o'clock at night. If my wife, you see, I'm away now. I'm on my little 4-day. If I was home and she heard that, she'd kill me. She'd commit me right away. They're swearing and oh my God. And they're talking serious. And I asked all the guys, what the hell? Don't you have girlfriends and whatever? They all laugh. I don't get it.
Omar said they need something to do.
They ought to go look for
If
something to
there's
do.
one thing I learned in crypto, surprisingly, it is that patience is not a virtue in crypto whatsoever. The the thing that I learned over the last 6 years is that you need repetitive, well, not even repetitive, you just need constant news cycles to keep people engaged, which is sad. It's a pity, but that's what works for people. Attention span is about 3 to 6 months, and then they run out of patience.
Hmm. I guess. I don't know.
Part of the reason for this chat is that, of course, because a lot of people left over there, but when there's no news, there's no hype, no whatever, then people lose interest and they leave. But that's fine because in the end, what really matters is quality delivery. People working hard behind the scenes, delivering something, and then they'll all be back. Not to worry.
Mm, yeah. And so where are you
Hope nobody's gonna
gonna
get
go?
wrecked in that other channel because
Huh?
there's bound to be products built on Pulsechain. That's fine, but we can't start just anything that's built on Pulsechain is like, oh my god, Moon, where to invest? It's a bad idea. Get it that we need a meme coin and blah blah blah, just like on Ethereum. It's fine. It might even Moon, whatever. But is it really worth investing all this time, effort, and whatever into it, and even sort of taking from the community away? I don't know. Opinions.
They're doing it as a joke. It's just a joke. So what happened?
I mean, I've listened to like a two hour recording of because I don't have access to this channel. I don't know what it is, but I've listened to like 2 hours of recording from there, and it doesn't sound like a joke. I mean, they're taking it very serious.
Yeah, they are,
Um,
but then they said it's a joke, and everybody put in 50 until they found out that by giving the coins, you could have a taxable event at $400,000 tax on it. So now revising the whole thing to get back down to zero on the transfer. It's so technical that people working on it, but I don't.
either I'm having connection issues or you are. You're lagging out a little bit.
Yeah, I also hear him lagging.
I'm feeding out.
Cutting in and out.
Jigsy, old boy, get closer to the Wi-Fi router. It's great to hear what's going on.
What I see happening a little bit in the space is, and probably once Pulse mainnet comes out, we'll see that a lot more. Is this sacrifice format being copied a lot, and that's fine by me. Like personally, I'm gonna try and stay away from it from as much as I can, because the only thing you have with the sacrifice format is trust, right? And with Richard, there is an exception because he's shown in the past to be genuine and building successful products and doing it well. But if there's some no-name random dude in the community that has no track record whatsoever offering a sacrifice, I'm staying away from it. And I recommend everyone else do too.
Well, I tend to agree. I literally just sacrificed for posting PulseX and nothing else. Not that there aren't any other good projects, maybe, but I just felt comfortable
You won't
with
know, right? That's
the.
the thing. I'm not saying anything that has sacrifice plastered on it will be bad. But you don't
Yeah,
know. Like
exactly.
the only thing that you have as a sacrifice is past performance. Can you look at the person or group of people or project and see what they've done in the past, and is it genuine? Has it worked? And if the answer is no, you should stay the fuck away, probably, or just play with a little bit of monopoly money and see where it goes. That's all I can say.
Yeah, exactly. And other than that, I prefer having it on other things than just throwing it away, not knowing who's really behind it, or if it will really come to fruition, if you will have enough
I'm gonna be honest,
expertise
even
and
if it's someone that we
know how to
know.
do it.
Even if it's
But sorry?
someone that we know that's been in the community for years, I'm not gonna trust them. I'm sorry. Like I don't have the faith in their ability to build something great just because I've heard them talk. I'm sorry. Like that's just how I see it. And that's, I think, the what a lot of these guys are banking on. Like they're doing these sacrifices and they're building these coins, and they're like, oh yeah, I got credit in the community. I'm like, yeah, but what have you built in the past and has it worked? Is this your first coin that you're launching? No, thank you. You haven't failed yet. So why the fuck would I want to invest in your failure, so that in the future you might succeed? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree completely. I agree completely. And one of the things that kind of bothers me is that people talk about all the good things about the coins that are coming, but nothing about the shortcomings of them. So it's like everything is always okay, the goal is always moon, but they don't really analyze the shortcomings and
You don't like to talk about the risk. That's the
the
thing.
risk.
Like Rick loves talking about risk. That he's as transparent as you can be about it. But
Yeah,
when I mean, I haven't been in the chat and I haven't participated in whatever, but from what I've heard, whenever the discussion about any sort of risk downside or whatever is talked about, they just sort of avert it, which is to me a big red flag. And again, I'm not shit talking anyone's projects, blah blah blah, but the usual red flags, you need to heed them.
yep. Especially when you ask something and they don't have an answer to it, or they don't want to say the answer.
So another thing that I see copied is the OA address concept,
Yeah, the
which
OA model.
yeah, the
Everything
OA
now is an
model.
OA.
Yeah, so sure, I get it. Everything successful has been semi-centralized. I get it, but to copy this model and adjust it to your needs, and then say, well, you just need to trust that this address will do benevolent things. Then again, same thing applies here. Look at the past performance of this project, the person behind it, whatever. And if they've been building great things, or they've built things that are great but maybe didn't succeed necessarily as an adoption, that's still okay. But nobody got rugged, nobody got fucking cheated. That's pretty good indicators. But if you got nothing, you got no past performance and you're saying, well, I created a benevolent address, then you got nothing. It's a non-statement.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give some of these guys benefit of the doubt. Maybe they'll prove themselves, but I'm not the one who's gonna find out. And it's okay that these guys do. It's just a pity that it's taking all this energy away from Pulse and stuff. But I guess if there's no news, no harm done.
I guess
It's
people
fine. But
can.
if anyone gets wrecked because of this shit, I don't know, man. I'm very fucking angry if that's gonna happen.
Oh, and they will for sure. And some of them, at least, it's I would say it's almost guaranteed. But the thing is, I was debating this like last week, I believe, with Adrian and Papa and Kishmet, I think it's his name. I always confuse him with you, Toby. I think you guys sound very similar.
With you and maybe.
But we were debating exactly that. So, what do you think about the benefits overall for the Pulse ecosystem and X ecosystem with all these tokens? Do you really believe they will increase adoption, or do you feel they are just diluting the existing value in the community itself?
Yeah, I don't tend to have very strong opinions because I'm very balanced. So I look always at both sides, and I think the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. I think there is merit to projects on Pulse, even if they're not like the most solid ones. Like I can't name names, but there's the one with the FP, which I think, it's gambling mechanics and whatever, but I do see that it's going to bring adoption, whether you like it or not, because that's just how crypto works.
I,
But on the other hand, yeah, I also see projects like those and like the Doge ripoff and whatever, taking some economic energy maybe away from Pulse, even though I don't fully believe that. I think Adrian is very strong on this. I think people have money for multiple things, and would they put slightly more into Pulse or PLSX if these projects weren't around? Maybe, but nobody knows that. That's a wild assumption that nobody can prove. So I think the truth is indeed somewhere in the middle. It'll help a little bit of the adoption, but it might also take a little bit of economic energy away. But I don't think there's any one person that's like, oh, I'm going all in on this meme coin on Pulse, but gonna put very little into Pulse. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Like you're gonna be in Ethereum first before you put anything into some random coin on Ethereum.
yeah, basically my point of view regarding the FP stuff, etc. I actually believe the guys with the faucet, at least the faucet itself and all the mechanics surrounding it, will actually be a good onboarding tool because it's something that you can just tell your buddies, just go there, get some free tokens, play around with the website. Anyone can do it very easily, and they get a taste of it. They get the free tokens to send around and to play around, and that actually can turn out to be a good onboarding tool. But other than that, I find it very difficult to see many other projects actually do the same, especially when you create a meme coin that targets specifically people that are already in the X ecosystem, telling people that they are creating a meme coin just to bring awareness of Pulse to all the other people that hold other meme coins, when their own meme coins will be copied to Pulse. So they
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I forgot about this
are
part.
already aware of them if they hold meme coins like Shiba and Ethereum. So it's, to me, it's just a lame excuse to create something and then make people put value into it.
That's a very good point. I didn't. I mean, I do think that meme coins unfortunately, not. I mean, I don't like it, but they do have
No,
somehow in crypto they
I,
have
I,
merit.
I agree. I
And
agree. They have some sort of stickiness. But if you think about it, you have Shiba Inu on the Ethereum, and they all will get their
coming
Shiba
over
Inu.
anyway for their meme coin.
Yeah.
Why the fuck
No.
do they want to get into another new one that has been invented
Exactly.
for
Exactly. And the guys from Doge Loan, whatever, also will have their copy. So all the meme coiners know that Pulse will exist, and they will have their Pulse, their copies on Pulse because they were targeted by um many ads and many Twitter storms and etc. So they already know we do not need a new meme coin that targeted specifically execant with stakes to somehow create more awareness for Pulsechain. It's just nonsensical.
I mean, I guess people get in for the free money, like the airdrop. I did it. I mean, I claimed my
Oh,
stuff
hey,
and minted immediately.
I did the same. I did the same. Free money is free money. But the thing that people don't understand is it's that for you to be able to get that free money, someone had to put their money up for you to take it
Someone
out.
gets wrecked.
Exactly.
Does work.
And that wasn't me for sure. And I was happy to be able to extract some money from there and put it where I wanted. But again, someone got to get wrecked or will eventually get wrecked if everyone does it and just goes to zero. Right?
Well, I
And
mean,
people forget. People think it's
speaking of risk,
free money. What, sorry?
speaking of risk, Richard did warn everybody, right? The moment mainnet comes out, there was going to be so many coins and projects, and just like in Ethereum, majority of them are going to get you wrecked. Um, that's just what it is. And
Yeah,
yeah, unfortunately, some of them will come out of the community. Big surprise. I mean,
yeah,
who
of course.
but
And
the community is going to be building stuff in the beginning? I'm hoping in the future there will be projects that have failed or didn't succeed so much on Ethereum because of microtransactions and whatever, who are going to build solid stuff on Ethereum that weren't, sitting here on chats and pondering how they can extract more value. I hope that will happen instead of this whatever the fuck's going on right now.
yeah, and my hope is that at least some of those projects that are being created actually bring more adoption from the outside, which would be probably the only way most of them will actually be useful. Because other than that, you're just having people that are already in the ecosystem just split their money over 2, 3, 10, 20 new projects, hoping that they will also succeed, or that they will succeed more than Pulse or PulseX or whatever, and most likely they will get wrecked because at some point someone will be able to just cash it all out. Right? People like the free claim and free value, but any coin to have a value, someone had to put value in the ecosystem for you to be able to take it out, and people forget about it. And maybe it would be better for them to actually put that value into something that has a long-term perspective and not just the next shiny object where they will most likely lose versus the other people
I
that
mean,
extract the value.
these guys have been in Hex, right? A lot of them have been in Hex for a while, and literally the entire idea of Hex is exactly that, with time locking value, so that this concept isn't so hurtful to the original bag holder, right? The concept is very clear. There's Ponzonomics in it. We all know it, but it's designed to not hurt the first holder or the bag holders. The
Oh,
part
of
that
course,
people don't understand: when you design something, you need to think of all these things and try to build in mechanics. Otherwise, it literally is just a extractor of value from one person to another. I mean, I don't know why people
yeah.
don't see this when they build this shit. I think they don't care, right? Because they got their
No,
little benevolent addresses and whatever, but
well, I think the minority probably don't know, but the majority know how it works, and they are hoping that other people don't. I think that's the point.
there's nothing
So
benevolent about it. It's just fucking, scamming at some level. No, it's like somebody is paying, willing to pay, so therefore it's not a scam, right? But it's scammy in my opinion. I'm guilty of it myself, right? I've reclaimed a bunch of tokens in the past, and I dumped them immediately.
oh no
That
no
means I dumped them. Someone's who's going to end up being a bag holder, but that's
no, but
literally what the free market is. It would be better if those coins didn't ever exist, but they did. So
yeah, but the thing is, they will always exist, and someone will always be bound to give them
bound to be a bag holder, yeah.
some value, because if they don't, it won't bring more people in, because even if just the creators just adding some bits of value in order to get people to just look into it, right? And they will always exist. People will always give them some value. So what I think is, okay, they are willing to do it, then I'm also willing to extract the value I can. Just a fair game, fair market. And maybe I free claim and dump, and then the value goes up, and someone will sell it higher and they benefit more than I did, but at least I didn't lose anything.
Well, the weird thing is, I'm trying to look at it from a sustainable point of view, which I think a lot of people don't do, and that's my fault. Because if you ask these guys who are building these coins now, how sustainable is your particular uh business model or tokenomics or whatever, and the answer is it isn't, because it's literally designed to help onboard people onto Pulsechain. Well, that by itself can't be sustainable. It's great if it does, right? It's great if they get 1 million people into Pulse, but then what is the use case or the value of it after that happened? Once you've onboarded everyone from Ethereum, let's say, which would
The
argue
use
already
case,
could happen just by the system state copies. You don't need to build something new, but
exactly.
let's just say that was the use case, even though it doesn't make sense. Then what? Like, past that, it's just
Yeah,
gonna go instantly down to fucking 0.0000000 something. Is that
to
the
me,
message you're sending? Because that's what I'm hearing.
yeah, to me, my opinion is most of them that don't provide any new utility on top of what already exists is just diluting the market to the benefit of a few percentage of the individuals in it.
I've just had an idea while you're talking. I'm thinking about this. How about a meme coin called One, where there is only one token?
And people could buy it within decimal.
Exactly. It would demonstrate some of the stuff, wouldn't it? It's like,
Wait, no fractions, just one. Like, you can only buy the one.
there is one divided by the people. So the tokenomics of the demand, when you got a hodler, you'd be looking at lots of zeros. It's meme coin. It's like merchandise. Hey, I've got a piece of one.
Okay, you
It would
can
be
fraction. Well,
a
then
kind
it's
of
like any other coin. You just call it different. The denomination, you call it differently. I mean, it's like Satoshi versus Bitcoin. It's just, imagine all of Bitcoin was just one Bitcoin. You'd have billions of Satoshis. I mean, does it
yeah.
matter what you call it?
You have the one, and the units are uni.
And then someone would
So
copy
uni.
come out with 2.
But it would be an
Yeah,
interesting
totally.
case study to see how people react with. But other than that,
From a logical point of view, people shouldn't react differently at all, but just something makes me think if you were to do that, they would act very differently, even though it's literally the same thing. You could
yep.
have the exact same amount as a Bitcoin, just call it 1 Bitcoin and have the price be like a fucking 15 billion or whatever the market cap would be, but you can still buy the same amount in fractions. Wow. Slap a different name on it, same concept. A true meme coin to test out how stupid people really are.
Well, I have to go. It's lunchtime, so I'll be back later.
Does anyone know Terrence Howard, the actor, black guy? He recently went to Uganda to sell some bullshit scam technology to the Ugandan government. That he's fucking nuts. But he he claims to have reinvented math or some shit. I think he said something like 1 × 1 shouldn't equal 2, but it should equal 1. Sure, there can be a quality meme coin built out of that.
Yo.
Yeah, Terrence Howard definitely should be building shit coins, meme coins on in crypto. It would be hilarious. You could call a 1 × 1 = 1 coin. No, it'll reach $1.